Here we go.
Okay.
Now we're going.
Okay, that's tracking.
It's tracking.
Do you want the music off?
Maybe just down a little bit. Okay. So how many people have not held an open house before? Okay. Anybody brand new to real estate? Okay. Awesome. So, this is great. This is great class for you because this is how you're gonna build your database and meet people out there. And a lot of, if you can do open houses consistently, you will eventually sell houses and probably get listings too. Because a lot of sellers come into open houses, they want to know how much those houses are going for in the neighborhood. So they're coming and they're literally coming to trying to see what they could sell their house for. So this is going to be a great class for you. So it's about me. I've been licensed since 2022. I worked at Bellagio for 20 years before I became a real estate agent. I was a cocktail waitress. So I liked being around people. I like talking to people. So, but you can't be a cocktail waitress and work in the casinos forever. So I decided to do this, put my business degree to work and started my own business. So I have 5 children. I moved to Las Vegas from Northern California in '02 to attend UNLV. And I love being a realtor. I love people getting to that finish line and seeing them achieve their goals and their success because I know that I help them get there. And it makes me feel really, really good. So, but I'm not gonna lie, being a real estate agent is hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. But if you stick to it and you stay consistent, it's not necessarily changing things up every day, it's doing the same thing every single day. And whether you choose to do open houses or call people, whatever your niche is, whatever makes you feel happy to do, you will end up being successful. So I know that there are people in our brokerage that have made their business 100% off of open houses. So, sure. Okay. So I was telling John about this. This makes me laugh. So when I first started doing open houses, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna make a deal. I'm gonna make money. Let's do this, right? My very first deal was off of an open house. It was one of my first open houses that I held. It was, these clients came in, we were in Anthem, they liked the house, but then I kept my laptop open while I was with me, and I was just ready, had all the houses pulled around me that were same size, same price, maybe a little bit higher, just in case. You never know if you're gonna get lucky, right? And people came in, they were like, oh, we don't really like this house that much, but we would like to see what's in the neighborhood. So it's kind of slow, it's just them. And I showed them another house. Turns out these people were ready to buy cash. I shut that open house down so quick, we went to the next house, and next thing you know, we were writing an offer. It was just under $1 million. And this was my first deal. I was freaking out. I was freaking out. I was literally in real estate for maybe 3 months. So all my coaches, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like terrified. I don't even know how to write a transaction. I don't even know how to get through the whole thing. And I've got these clients that are purchasing this huge house where even now I would die if I got a $900,000 deal, right? So, but there are realities about that kind of turned in the beginning I thought that it was gonna be like that all the time. Well, I've never had another person come into an open house since and wanna make an offer like that. So it's been almost 4 years and that has never happened again. So.
But you do make money off open houses all the time, right?
Well, yeah, I have database follow-up from open houses, but that's more long-term, and that's truly what it's gonna be like, is it's gonna be, you're gonna meet people And in the long term, you'll end up creating relationships with these people, and you'll end up being a resource for them. And then eventually they're gonna just come to you because you're the one that was chatting it up with them and making friends with them. So, these are the facts about open houses. Only 2 to 3% of the homes sell directly from an open house. So I literally struck gold in that first, and it wasn't the house that I was sitting at an open house. So, but it was basically striking gold. The real opportunity is in the people who walk through the door. You want to make friends with these people. You're not a salesman. You're a person that is there to help them achieve their goals and their wealth goals and whatever they're trying to do for their family. In the open houses, you have to be able to conversate. This is like a hangout. So my open houses, I call them sip and sees. They're literally events. They're not just open houses and you sit there. And the conversion happens after the open house with the follow-up, and success comes from how you connect and stay in touch with these people. So they come in, they're there for a reason. You try to find out what they're there for. Are they just looky-loos? Are they trying to compare how much their house is worth? Have they never owned a house before? Maybe they live in the neighborhood and they just want to see what the neighbor's interior looks like. They're there for some reason. So you just got to find out what that is and then be the resource for whatever they want to do, whether it's a remodel, because as real estate agents, we don't just sell, we know contractors, we know flooring people, we know maybe they have a hole in their kitchen with plumbing, maybe we can help them with that. So, okay. So, I write this because a lot of times you don't know what to do. What do? I have my open house schedule, now what? You want to grow your database. That is the number one thing that you want to do. Yes, John.
Do you only hold your own houses open?
No. I look for open houses in the neighborhoods that I want to sell homes in. I search for homes at a certain price point criteria, and I try to stay in the neighborhoods that I know the best. Because if I know this neighborhood the best, I'm going to sell you it all day long because I know the restaurants, I know the parks, I know the bars, I know everything that people do in this area. So I stay in the neighborhoods that I know because I live in Inspirata. I can sell Inspirata all day long, all day long. I love the dog parks. I love the people who walk through. I love our farmers markets. We have a little Italian cafe there. So stay in the neighborhoods that you know, that you're passionate about, or that you want to sell. You want to sell luxury, then get into McDonald Ranch and meet people, get to know everything about that neighborhood, and sell it like you've lived there for 20 years.
So then you hold other people's houses open?
Yes, and I don't stay with Keller Williams. I'll look in the MLS and I'll look for houses. I'll do a search criteria, like I'm trying to find houses for a client, and I'll do a search criteria and 500,000 and above in Anthem. I want three bedrooms, 3 baths. I want it next to the country club, and I want it vacant. Like most people who live in their homes don't want to have open houses because they're afraid of people coming through and stealing stuff. So I usually look for vacant houses. I also look to see how long the house has been on the market. So we're averaging around 70 days on market right now within Las Vegas. If I see any open houses that are beautiful, meet the criteria that I want, and are close to that 70-day period, number one, the agent, doesn't matter if they're here from KW or somebody somewhere else, if you're calling them, asking them, hey, can I hold an open house for you? They're probably gonna say yes, because that house has been sitting on the market forever. So they want as many eyes as they can get on it. Number two, it's a social media opportunity for you. It's a marketing opportunity for you to get your face and your brand out in front of all the people that you know. And if it's the neighborhood that you love, then we're growing our database. You're putting them in your database. And I'll show you how to do it while you're at the open house. Okay, so this is pretty much what we're going to be talking about all day today. We're going to talk about the 7-day prep before your open house. So some people do it different. I do a 7-day prep before my open houses. Takes literally 7 days to get the marketing out there before you actually have your open house. And I also have a kit. I got a little bin from Home Depot. John has one of them. And the kit is filled, so basically you're just gonna pick up this kit and you're gonna go. It's gonna have items in it, so that way you don't have to worry about putting things together. If you wanna have open houses every day, some people do it every day. They'll call a listing agent and say, hey, I wanna have an open house for a week. And they'll literally store their stuff in these bins and have their tables there and have the open house a whole week. If you're looking for an office, make your open house your office. That's like one of the coolest offices you can make. If you don't have anywhere to work, if you're not working in the office here, make that open house your office. Claim that place. Talk to the listing agent. Most listing agents will let you have an open house because it's free marketing for them, and they don't have to do anything. You're in there, you're marketing their house, you're pumping their listing on your social media. They're like, yes, please go ahead. So, I'll show you what I put in my open house kit. We'll talk about the 4 laws of the database and how to continually touch your clients to turn them into conversions, and then actually to turn them into lifelong clients. I'll show you how to capture names and emails and phone numbers through command. Is everybody using command here? No? Yes? Anybody, is anybody not with KW?
Going to school.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So when you come in, if you decide to come with KW, our CRM is called Command. It literally does everything for you.
Yes, ma'am.
It will touch all of your clients. You can set up ads. You can capture leads through Facebook. It's amazing. It's a really big system. It's really helpful. We'll talk about prospecting and marketing, smart plans and follow-ups. Smart plans are in Command, and servicing all leads and converting leads into lifelong clients, because this is what we do. Because honestly, at this point of my career, all the people that I hang out with outside of work are all past clients. Like I just went last week, and past clients of mine, we went to Top Golf and had a great time. So it's like, you're not just servicing clients, you're creating friendships, so. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about 7 days before your open house. So open houses for me, I only hold open houses like maybe once every other week. I put a lot of energy into my open houses. So 5 days before, you wanna go through the MLS, and like I was saying before, you wanna find the house you want to do an open house with. You wanna find the price range, the neighborhood that you like, and preferably vacant. The home should be presentable. If it stinks and it looks bad, don't do it. If the house looks great, you look great too. So make sure that the house represents what you want to reflect to the public. You want to pull a market report about a half mile around before you come in. You want to know what the comps are. You want to know what's going on with this house. Is the house overpriced? Is it sitting too long? You want to know how many other houses are in the neighborhood to see what that house's competition is. And sometimes with the HOAs, you have to make sure some of these subdivisions don't allow signage. So Inspirada is one of them. John, what are the other? Aliante. Cadence, yeah. So you put your signs out there and you have your open house and then you go to pick them up and they're gone.
Be prepared in general. We've actually gone to pick up signs, and I have signs if you need to borrow them. I've seen people walk up to them, pick them up, and throw them in the bushes.
Yeah.
Like, you will have everything. You will lose
Right.
signs, they will break, it's windy
Yeah.
here, et cetera, et cetera.
I've had people steal these,
Yeah.
and I don't know how many of these I've had to remake.
How do you figure out if the neighborhood allows signs or not?
So when you go into the MLS listing, if there's a HOA, there should be a phone number.
Okay, so just call them.
You would call them and see if they allow signs within the neighborhood. Okay, so that's 5 days before your open house. I typically hold open houses on Friday and Saturday. You're gonna get the most traffic on Friday and Saturday. I've held them on Sunday too, but a lot of times on Sunday, I feel like a lot of people are going to church, it's in the morning, you know, it's a day to rest. So, I mean, even though you get traffic on Sundays, I usually like Friday and Saturdays, because especially Saturdays, people are out. So, you get the information for the 5 days. So you're basically just prepping. If you find a house, so you find the house that you'd like, by the 4th day, you're contacting the listing agent. This is 4 days before the open house. The listing agent doesn't get back to you within a timely manner. Cancel and move on to the next house. Make a list of homes that you're interested in. And if the first one doesn't work out, move to the next one, because you're kind of on a timeline, right? So, also, when you talk to the listing agent, this is really important too. When you talk to the listing agent, you have to ask them, please can you put the open house in the MLS? Because the open house in the MLS is going to publicize through Zillow, Redfin, Homes.com. That's how you're gonna get most of your traffic, because people are looking on those websites looking for open houses. If the agent hasn't done it, cancel it, move on to your next one. You wanna have as much coverage as you possibly can. Because the point is we wanna have as many people in and capture as much information as we can within the open house.
Are you pre-open house, putting it on your own social media, like?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I start a little bit before. I mean, obviously you can start by day 5, the first day or the 4th day before the open house. You may want to get into Canvas, start making flyers that you can post on your social media, flyers that you can print out, because on day 3, we're continuing on day 4. So you're gonna actually drive by the house the 4 days before your open house. You're gonna map out your route of where you're gonna place your signage. So that way, when it comes to the open house day, you're not guessing of where you're gonna put your signs. You already know where your signs are gonna go. You're gonna find out if the electricity is on, if the AC is on. I've sat in open houses where the AC was not working, miserable. And then the people who come in to visit you, miserable too, doesn't look good on you. If it smells, yeah, because the pictures look great. Some pictures look great on the MLS, and then when you get there, you're like, ooh, this is not what I was looking at in the MLS, right? So you want to cancel right away if any of those things are not happening. You want to map out your signage route on the way to the house, and then you want to begin promoting on social media. So you want to make your flyers again, get into Canva or whatever platform you use, and create a flyer and start talking about, hey, you know, this is Carey with Keller Williams. I'm holding an open house this Friday at blah, 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 blah. Just start getting it out there to your people. And hopefully the people that you know will be like, hey, they all know you're new to the business. Come check out my open house, check out this cool house that I found. Maybe you'd want to move to the neighborhood. All right, and day 4, you're still researching the neighborhood. So the shopping, the parks, the trails, you want to know everything that's going on in that neighborhood before you start your open house. And you want to start collecting your door hangers, because in the next day, 2 days before the open house, you're going to door knock. So you're going to end up handing out flyers, putting out door hangers with your cards. Just basically I think of it as I'm planning a party for this neighborhood, and I'm inviting them all to come. It's not work, it's an event, and we want everybody to come and see. So same thing you would do with a party, you're putting together invitations, information, and blasting it so you can have as many people as possible. 3 days before your open house, you want to assemble door hangers with business cards. You want to create your flyer to hand out to the neighbors who answer the doors. When you invite them, you're having an event. You're not having an open house, you're having an event. And then you want to gather your open house signs. So I know there's a lot of people in our office that have these signs that you can borrow. I don't know if you guys know Julie Connell, those of you who are just about to come into the brokerage. She has a bunch that she shares with everybody in her coaching group. So, and there's a lot of people have these. So, just ask around. Everybody in the brokerage is super nice. Everybody wants to help. So if you need to borrow anything from any of us, we'll help. Yes, Kim?
Do you do both door hangers and flyers?
I do.
Okay, where do you get your door hangers?
So the door hangers I buy from Amazon.
Okay.
They have some really cute, like girly ones. Again, like I rep pink all the time. So I get really feminine, girly ones. They make sure they have like the little slots to put my business cards in. So, and then I bring my flyers. So anybody who answers the door, I'm literally giving you a flyer, like it's an invite. If you're not there, then I'm hanging door hangers, right? Yeah. So the flyer will have the details, it has my call information, but it gives me an opportunity to actually like hand them something and talk to them and see if they're available that weekend or whatever's going on. And if they're not there, I leave the door hanger somewhere where they can see it when they're coming in. A lot of people will pull into their garage. If they have those little handles on the garage, I'll hang it on the garage rather than going to the door, because a lot of people don't go to the door to enter their homes. Okay.
I think this is really important. So do you ever use the ones that title companies give to agents for free?
I don't, but you definitely can get them for free. And I actually have some that I'm gonna give out to someone today. It's from Fidelity, actually. That's funny that you say that.
And then when you go up to the door and someone answers, can you quickly go over the script that you say to invite them?
I basically just come up and I pretend that they're people that I know already. And they'll answer the door and I'll just introduce myself. Just tell them that I work with Keller Williams and that I'm holding an event down the street, not an open house, I'm holding an event. And that all the neighbors, this is a private showing for all the neighbors to come and take a look at the house inside. So they don't know that it's public. I always say it's a private event for the neighbors, so they feel exclusive. And hand them the flyer, and then I'll ask them, have they ever went to an open house or an event in the neighborhood? Has anybody come around and had anything like you? Most of the time they say no, and then I'll tell them that I'm having like small bites and basically just a gathering for the neighbors to get to know each other, because most neighbors don't gather in their neighborhoods to get to know each other, especially in Vegas. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, and so guys, why her script is so perfect, because if you walk up and don't invite them to an event, you're soliciting And most of the neighborhoods, HOAs, have a no soliciting rule, and you could get kicked out of the neighborhood.
Right.
Okay, so if you come only bearing gifts and we're trying to invite you to this private event, I think it's so amazing that you say event instead of open house.
Yeah.
That's great. I think that's very powerful.
Yeah, because it is an event, right?
Do you think that overall just going to these neighborhood houses and door knocking is more easy or impactful for females than males? Just because how people might feel?
Well, I don't know if it really is, it doesn't really I don't think it really matters as far as, females or males.
But safety is an issue.
Yeah, safety is an issue. I will tell you, when I have my open houses, I always invite a lender to come with me, to sit with me, because as females doing open houses alone, you're in a house by yourself. It's happened before, I don't want to scare anybody, but we're women sitting in a house by ourselves. You should have something to protect yourself, or invite a lender to come with you. I have a preferred lender, so I always ask him or one of his team members to come with me. If not, I can call John, or there's a ton of lenders around, and lenders want to come and sit your open houses too. And it's actually perfect, because when the lenders are in the open houses with you, you can it's almost like you could tag team them at the same time. We can find out where they're at financially. John, for instance, would ask all the probing questions about, so how, are you looking to move? Do you own a house? How much equity do you have within your house? Are you planning on using that equity to buy the next house? Do you have a investment property? Are you planning on using a 1031 exchange tax benefit to buy your next house? So you're kind of like tag teaming them together, and as women in open houses, we have another person to protect us if anything were to go sideways. I've never had anything like that happen, but.
Yeah, I think everybody should have a minimum of one lender and one title officer there, because the title companies will come to them also.
Yeah. So
will home inspectors. And the reason is safety, of course, but Chris is a big, strong man. Look at that guy, he's beautiful, isn't he? I'm sure he can take care of himself. But you can't take care of multiple people when they come in the house and you're trying to give someone you're already in communication with and talking to. You don't want to break that conversation to welcome the other party that comes in, right?
And in most cases, it's really strange how it happens, but when you're having an open house, it will be dead all day long. All day long. And then about 30 minutes before you're about to wrap up, you'll have 5 couples come in all at once. And then you're trying to help these people, and then you're trying to help these people. So yeah, having multiple people will definitely help you, and it'll help corral them in. And then it will also help you gather their information as well. So that way they don't walk in and then walk out, and now you haven't captured any of their information, and that's what your goal is anyways. Your goal is to capture their phone number and their email, so you can touch them later and help them later. So, yes, definitely try to get someone to sit with you. I have sat open houses by myself, and I have a taser. I bring a taser with me, you know what I mean, just in case something happens. But yeah, when you're calling, actually, when you go back and you're calling the listing agent, call your title or lender people at the same time. So you want to call both of them at the same time. Just start getting everything set up. Okay. So 3 days before the open house, you're gonna assemble your flyers and your door hangers. You wanna gather your open house signs. You've already mapped out your route. So when I place open house signs out, I start from the furthest points out and then work into my open house the day of. And there's a reason for that. 2 days before your open house, you want to door knock. You want to go meet the neighbors, invite them to your event. If you see any no solicitor signs on the houses, do not go there. Just leave it alone. They don't want to talk to you. I usually try to go business casual, jeans, tennis shoes, and a blazer. You want to look good. Okay, and then the day before your open house, you want to purchase your refreshments. So, water. I buy juice boxes for the kids and those little dum-dum lollipops, because a lot of the families are bringing their kids and the kids are running around the house. You know, you give them a little dum-dum, they kind of try to act a little, you know, parents like, okay, Tommy, please behave, here you go. Can I get a dum-dum? Yes, absolutely, you know. So just have all of your things ready, and then double check your open house kit. Make sure you have everything that you need for your open house. Okay, so the date of the open house, you wanna arrive an hour prior, but I would say before your open house, you wanna leave 2 hours before your open house actually starts. You wanna allow at least an hour to put out your signs, and then an hour before your open house to actually get in the house, open the windows, turn on all the lights. You're trying to make this house look like a model home. So light your candles, make it look fresh, make sure there's toilet paper, because there's always someone that wants to use the bathroom. So you bring toilet paper with you. You wanna set up your supplies inside the house. Your comps, your neighborhood information, make sure you have your laptops, your chargers. And I do this too, I play a little game with myself during the day. I'll set a goal of how many names I'm gonna collect. And I won't leave until I actually get that goal. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but at least it keeps me accountable to what my plan was, because if you're having an open house and you're not collecting names, then you're just basically wasting time, your time. And then of course, it says family, occupation, recreation, dreams. This is your script you're gonna use. It's the Ford questions you're gonna ask them. And if it's slow and you don't have anybody in the house coming to visit you, it is important that you continue to work. You want to make social media content, do several different videos so you can cut it later, so that way you can promote. You make it seem like you've had 10 people come and visit you at your open house, even if nobody came. And then of course, when your open house is done, you want to make sure you leave it better than you found it. You want to clean it up. You want to be respectful to the listing agent, and make sure that you clean up the house. There's no, the dum-dum wrappers or whatever you've given your guests. Just make sure that you leave it better than you found it. And then also have your thank you cards or emails, like a flyer, ready to send out to the people who came.
Carey?
Yes.
When you put out your signs, do you wear the clothes that you're going to wear at your open house?
Well, I do.
Okay.
I won't wear the blazer.
Okay.
I can tell you this, I will not run around the street with heels on. I always have 2 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
My tennis shoes.
Yeah, we recommend you put on, like your workout
Yeah.
clothes, put out all the signs, and right before you're ready to open it, because you have other people there, they can wait at the door, and you go upstairs and change, right?
Yeah.
Because there are days when we have open houses, guys, when it's 110.
Yeah,
And it's
and
gonna
this
be
is
hot.
true, and that's true, that is
That's
true.
a beautiful blazer, we don't want that.
Yeah, I've never put out open house signs with my blazer on. I will wear my clothes, like if this is what I was wearing in an open house, I'd have tennis shoes on, take this off and just put my signs out. Might be a little hot, but
And then do you carry business cards at that time?
I do, I always have business cards on me. And
Have
if
you
I
had
don't, I
people-
have a digital one.
Yeah. Have you had people stop you when you're doing the signs and ask for your card?
No, I've had people just be like, honk honk, you know, hi, hey, there's a girl doing an open house, you know. So,
So, a question about sign-in sheets, because that's the most important part, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, communication is the most important, I guess, but talking
Yeah.
to them. But a lot of times, like when I used to go to open house, I would always put wrong information in there. Just,
Right.
and a lot of people do that. So, how do you try to get the right information in the sign-in sheet? Like, what strategies you could use?
Well, I used to use the strategy during COVID. I used to say, well, the seller, actually, we require your information before you come in because it was COVID, right? Because they needed to know, they would want to know who visited their house. Now, when they come in, I'll do little funny things, like I'll print up QR codes and put them around the open house. Because a lot of times people don't wanna give you their information, but maybe they want information about the house, and this has worked. I'll take the little plastic signs and put a QR code that's connected to command, and they will literally like zap it as they're going around the house. And then they'll put in their information because they want more information, but they don't necessarily want to talk to me. So I've done it that way. So, and that's, yeah, connection to the sign-in, like your home evaluation, right? I've also said too, like the seller requires the information. Sometimes they'll give the correct phone number and the wrong email, or the right email and the wrong phone number.
Or
But
asshat. I've had asshat many times.
yeah, and then somehow, but in the end, I don't give up. I just keep calling that number, or I keep emailing that email until I actually connect. So sometimes they'll change the number, or if I actually get a hold of them, hey, you know, I got this email. I just want to make sure I got the right email for you because I want to send over some information. And they'll be like, oh, that's not the right one. Go ahead and take this one, you know. So.
Yeah.
We have a new program that we're about to roll out. We're gonna be printing these, and not this design. I stole this from someone else. I've never come up with anything myself, but I've made things better. And this is gonna be around the home. It's got a little stand for it. It's a QR code like she's talking about, but if they scan this QR code, it's gonna do several things. Number one, it's gonna ask them questions about the property. If they fill it out and give their correct information, and they complete a transaction with the two of us, Cardinal Financial will give them up to $2,000 in a lender credit.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get them. I'm gonna tell you right now, for 28 years I've been doing open houses and I teach a class. Several of you have been in my class. It doesn't matter how you get the information, it's that you try and then you try to connect.
Yeah.
Like Carey said, you're gonna have people that put down asshat and then, no joke, oh, let me text you. Oh, I've got your phone number right here. Oh, no. I put my son's phone number.
Yeah, and you can do that in the house too. I've done that too. Oh, well, I have this information, Bob. Can I send it to you? And they'll say, yeah, sure. And I see your number is 702-444-3333. Is that right? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. That's my son's phone number. Text me at this number. Okay, great.
Carey,
Great.
so you connect your QR code to command. On command, is that something that we already have? Is that template, or did you create your own? Or?
So it ends up here. I'm going to show you. I put it in here, and I'll show you how to set it up in command. Okay. So next slide.
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Just going back to what you had mentioned, something that opens are sometimes held for a full week. Is there a difference, or what sort of difference should we have from an expectation standpoint of doing opens midweek versus weekends? I think there are some obvious things there, but I coach two kids that play on multiple sports teams and things on weekends. I love the idea of opens because I'm new in town, so want and need to learn the different neighborhoods. So I want to spend time there. But I run into a schedule conflict weekends. How could I work around that? What do I expect midweek?
Well, I mean, good thing for this town, we're a 24-hour town, right? We're literally a graveyard and day shift town. So there are people that are, I know when I worked in the casinos, I never had the weekends off. So, I feel like as long as you're promoting and you're hitting that neighborhood as hard as you can, and you're hitting your social media as hard as you can and getting it out there, and making sure that that listing agent is putting your open houses as an advertisement through the MLS, I feel like you will get traffic. There's a couple here, they were just here, I forget what her name is.
Jeff and Tessa?
Yeah, Jeff and Tessa.
Yeah.
They hit the same neighborhood every single week, every week. Flyers out every week, every week, every week, and that's all that they do. So,
And they hold open houses only in Sun City Summit.
yep,
And they do it consistently, and now they have people that will show up just to see them because they become, like Carey said, they
Right.
become friends.
they become friends and they're neighborhood experts. And then if they haven't, maybe they didn't come the first couple ones, but now all of a sudden, they and their partner are talking about, well, maybe we wanna move to Minnesota now. And let's go talk to Tessa and her husband and see what, maybe they can help us. Maybe they know somebody in Minnesota to help us move. Maybe they could help us sell our house. So it's just being consistent. Real estate is all about consistency. It's doing this over and over.
7 days a week are an option.
Yeah.
And you reach out to an agent who has a listing, theoretically, if you can't make the prime days, any of the days that work for your schedule should theoretically work for them.
Yeah,
So
No
Rich,
reason why they wouldn't know.
so Sam Coleman, who went through the coaching program at Keller Williams, he's no longer at Keller Williams, set a goal to hold a new construction house open for 30 days straight.
Yep.
And the only day he left the house was when someone came in and said, just like Carey had, well, I like this house, but I don't like this one. Can you show me the one around the corner? And he got up and left, and he did it from 9 AM till 5 o'clock at night. And he said, I am gonna force myself to do this.
Yes.
He's now one of the largest luxury producers in our town.
he is.
What was the last name?
Coleman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll never miss him. He's 6'7", beautiful man, super nice.
Yeah.
He would love to talk to you. He'd be happy to talk to you. And if he says anything, we're just say, John Obradovich, and he'll talk to you.
And I believe Sam, that's all he did.
For 30 days.
That's all he did. He didn't,
He's not a Keller now, where is he?
No,
no,
he's with Ivan Sher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
And just also remember, we live in Las Vegas, it's a 24-hour city, so some people like have off days Tuesday, Wednesday. I
Yeah.
used to work on the strip in hospitality, and my off days would be during the week. So if you have something during the week, it'll attract those people.
Yeah.
And, they have jobs, so they're off
Mhm.
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday.
Right.
Don't let the day of the week discourage.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
It actually is a lot.
Make-
go ahead.
Yeah, make that open house your office.
Yep.
And let everybody
That's what
know
Sam
that
did.
that's your office.
Yeah.
That it's, you don't have an office here, it's making an open house your office is one of the best advertisements for you.
But you also have to know your neighborhood. If you're in a school, hold them after school. If you're in a synagogue, hold them on Saturdays. If you're in church, hold them on a Sunday,
Yes, cool.
right?
Yeah,
So that they're funneling right by your property.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
I just wanted to ask, if you are doing an open house for 2, 3, or more days in a row, do you ever leave your signs out so you don't have to reinstall them the next day, or does that create issues?
I'd be worried about these.
Yeah, I wouldn't, my signs are branded to me, so I bring them back every time. But I always ask the listing agent, can I, leave my stuff in the garage? And I'll leave it there for the however long duration the open house is, and then just pop them back out, the next day, cause it usually takes about an hour to get them out there, and you get your little workout on before. So you don't have to go to the gym because you're running, you're literally ditching cars. We should be careful.
I've
doing
never done
signs.
that, just wondering if people do that or not, just I guess.
Yeah.
Time saving per se, but you just don't know the neighborhood
Yeah.
either, how safe it could be.
Yeah, I keep mine, I asked them if I could keep it there, cause it's like, it's so, physically strenuous for me in the morning, so I don't wanna keep, putting them back in my car.
When you were first doing open houses, would you go to other people's open houses just to like food for thought sort of thing? You can learn
Yeah.
some things you do like, some things you didn't like through your own experience.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's easier to see what other people are doing, and it's easier than recreating the wheel. I would rather like kind of bite off of somebody else and see if they're being successful. I mean, because they're not gonna know. Does everybody know who Ryan Serhant is? So Ryan Serhant has a book called Sell It Like Serhant, and there's a portion in there that he talks about open houses, and he would literally go into these luxury houses and he would bake cookies, and the house would smell like cookies so people could come in and have that, like, connect with either their family, or maybe he's trying to make a connection with, childhood or whatever it is, to make them feel like when they're walking in, like, okay, this is where I want to be because I'm smelling cookies. So
We used to hand them out, and
Yeah.
since COVID, no one will take them.
Right.
If they're not prepackaged, people won't take your food. Most people won't take any of your
Right.
food.
Well, mix them for yourself and then give the packaged
Yeah.
ones away.
Yeah.
But I buy candles
The candles is great.
and like vanilla and the super sweet stuff I'll put in the in the kitchen, and just try to make it as homey as possible. So because you want them envisioning themselves in a house, not necessarily that house, but in some house, and you're gonna help them get there, right?
Anything that's gonna put their brain at ease.
Yeah.
So that when you engage with them, that their wall has started to come down is what you're looking for.
Right.
So a connection of, oh my God, chocolate chip cookies. I remember making chocolate chip cookies with my mom at the counter, and it brings back such good memories. Or they smell vanilla or pine cone, whatever it is, right?
Right.
You guys are trying to get to a place to where they'll talk to you so that you can use this script
Right.
before.
So have you guys heard of the Ford questions?
Would you like me to do it for you, Carey?
If you want to have it all throughout, you can.
Well, but it makes it easier.
You
right?
why don't you do Ford
Why don't you
on
do Chris?
Why don't you do Ford on me? Me or?
No, I'm gonna do it on Chris.
Okay.
So Chris, I think I heard you say that you're from Virginia.
I am.
Is that where you were born?
No, I was
Where you
born
from?
in the Philippines.
Philippines. Wow.
Yeah.
What age did you come over?
7.
7?
Yeah.
So, like, were your parents coming here for a reason?
Yeah, school.
School.
Medical school.
Oh, your parents went to medical school?
My mom.
Your mom's a doctor?
Yeah.
I can't do what she can do. I hate blood and guts, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So did you guys land in Virginia?
The Bronx, Michigan.
In the Bronx? So how did you get to Virginia?
My mom did not want me going to the Bronx.
Cool. What do you do for a living?
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Yeah, how long have you been in the Air Force?
21 years.
Okay, I just forwarded it.
For it.
I just forwarded it.
Yeah.
Family, occupation, I didn't go any deeper, but how did that fit?
Organic. Yeah.
Organic.
Yeah.
And I don't have to, by the way, guys, all I have to do is listen. I don't have to think for anything. All I have to do is keep just going on and digging. I need to be careful, because with family, you might put someone in a place where they feel uncomfortable. Okay? So it's family, occupation, recreation, dreams. You should be doing it with everybody. You should talk to your wife that vacation. Ask her questions like, hey, where do you want to go on vacation this year? My wife wants to go to Hawaii. What's that?
Why?
Why do you want to go on vacation, right? If you do this, so let me ask you this. What do you think is the number 1 or number 2 question? So you send the client up, they walk through the house, and then they come back and you engage them. What questions do you guys want to ask?
How did you like the home?
How'd you like the home? Okay, cool. What else? Very common. What else?
Do you live around here?
Do you live around here? Awesome.
About
What
the
else?
timeline from when you were like the first.
Do you have a timeline of when? Absolutely. These are all questions you ask. What's the number 1 problem with those questions? You want to go on a date? Yes.
Salesy.
I don't even know who you go on a date, right? Now let's try this a little differently. Why do you like your neighborhood that you do? Your open houses in?
Oh, I love the walking trails and getting up early in the morning, and it's super quiet in the morning. I love the walking trails.
Okay, cool. So that was not the question you're gonna ask. I knew that she liked things about the neighborhood, okay? What's the number one and only thing you can know about a person that walks in an open house? Don't tell me that they're alive or that they're a human being, right? Tell me what you can really know. Are they? I have friends that literally go every weekend and look at houses, and they're not buying a house.
Not yet.
No, they're never buying a house. Trust me, okay? I'm sorry?
You call those looky-loos.
Those are looky-loos, absolutely, right? What's that?
Guilty.
Guilty, right?
Like, you know, other people's open houses, they just go.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, right.
they like the neighborhood. Let me say that again, they like the neighborhood. You never go into a neighborhood and look at open houses that you don't like the neighborhood. So now, we have Carey. And Carey's going to say when they come back down the stairs, isn't this neighborhood amazing? Now, does that put you off in any way?
A
No?
lot of times I'll ask them, do you live in the neighborhood?
Right.
And sometimes they'll say yes, but most of the times they say no. And I'll say, have you ever explored the things that are happening here? And we're not even talking about the house, we're talking about what's going on in the neighborhood. So, that's why it's important to know all the details about what's happening in the neighborhood, because you're selling a lifestyle, you're not selling a house, right? Because most of the houses you're moving into, you're buying a lifestyle. People who buy high-rise condos downtown, there's a reason why they want to be down there. They want to buy all the action and all the new stuff that's coming up, and you're trying to sell the neighborhood that you're at. So the lifestyle is what you're selling, not the house, because there's houses everywhere, right?
Excuse me, you guys believe that when Carey speaks and when she talks to you, that she really cares?
Yeah.
Absolutely I do. I believe that also. Because of that, and because she's not gonna come from a sales-based initial conversation, she's gonna make connections, right? And those connections will get you to places where you're gonna get the right information, where you're gonna make a connection to where they're gonna allow you to text them and make phone calls and emails and so on. And Carey's getting business because she truly cares. If you're someone that doesn't care about people, do not do open houses. It will be a waste of your time. Get on the phone and start making phone calls. But if you're someone that cares, that's where someone that's a nurturer that really wants to know about you. My wife will get in line, so I taught this class to my wife when she became a realtor, and in 6 months she capped. Okay? 6 months. And all she did was open houses. She'll get in line and talk to everyone. I guarantee Carey does that. You get in line, don't you, and you start talking to the person in front of you.
I come from a hospitality background, so I like talking to people. When I would have people when I would get tips from people, there's a certain way you have to treat them to get them to tip you, right? So it's the same thing with this. I like being around people, so I truly want to know what's going on with you. Where do you want, what are your goals? Are you, what are you doing with your life? Tell me about it. How can I help you get there? So, that's why I like open houses. I like connecting with people. And then when you connect with them and to begin with, it creates such a longer lasting relationship with them. And you'll end up being the person that they end up coming to for the rest of their lives about real estate, as long as you stay connected with them. So open houses are a great way to build relationships and build your business. Okay. So this is my set. This was one of the last open houses I had. This was a sip and see. I call them sip and sees. These are my events. I literally have my sign in front of the house where everybody can come and see that I have these little things blowing out in the wind. So this one was a little extravagant. I did a lot. I had mimosas, I had juice boxes, water, and because it was really early in the morning, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, so I had orange juice and croissants and stuff. And then this was in the kitchen, set up in the back there, and then I have my table. So my table, you always want to position your table right at the front of the house. When they walk in, you don't want to bombard them, but you want your stuff right in the front. And I have signs here that say, welcome in, please sign in. Have my business card and of course my laptop. And my kit is behind this table, so you can't see anything. But all this stuff is part of my kit, the chairs, the tablecloths, all of the stuff up top, the signs. So, and when it's slow, I do social media content.
What do you do when a teenager who has come with their parents starts pouring themselves a mimosa?
I've never had that.
I've never had that happen. Usually the parents would like say something.
So first time for everything. Now, kind of a leading question into, have you ever had to manage inappropriate behavior either with kids or people in while they're walking through a house?
Well,
I haven't, it's great to have me there when it happens because I'll take care of it.
the rambunctious
I'm not smoking inside, they
children.
don't like me,
Sure.
right? I don't want them to dislike her,
Right.
right? I'll be happy to take care of it. I have zero issue with speaking up, right? Have I had kids where it's like, they started to get rambunctious and I more started connecting with them, right? Started asking questions and, hey, did you guys see the backyard? And then walk out with the kids in the backyard, keep an eye on them. Anything to make sure that she can do her job. That is what I'm for, right?
Well, and I like to connect with the kids too, because the kids are part of this process. It's not just the parents. Like I'll talk to a 5-year-old and say, did you pick out your bedroom?
I used to sell luxury homes in Seattle, and it was always, I remember 2 houses in particular. I would be present at a lot of the private showings. And anyway, when the children started to pick out their bedrooms, you knew that was that there was something happening emotionally, especially it would filter up. If the kids were excited about the home,
Right.
the mom often would,
Is-
you could notice would get excited and see
Right.
and leave that way.
And not to say that I don't talk to the gentlemen that come in, but I do connect a lot with the wife that comes in, because a lot of the times the wife or the partner may not be saying anything, but I know in the background she's the one that's making the decision, right? Because I know, I mean, I have a husband and I'm kind of the same, like he'll do, but I'm the one that has the final say. And I don't want to say everybody's like that, but I try to connect with the kids and the mom the most, and the husband as well. But the mom, I really want to know what is going on, with her and how she feels about the house.
That brings up a great point. In J.C. Melvin's handshake class, which you guys should all take, you should take his handshake class and you should take his door knocking class. He teaches that you should greet, unless forced by proximity, you should always greet the same sex first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
It's
a really
true.
good point.
I did the same thing when I worked at the casinos. You just want to make sure that you don't feel like a threat to somebody else. So you connect with them first, and then you connect with the kids and see what's happening. And we want to make sure everybody feels comfortable from the beginning, because otherwise, if they don't trust you, you're dead in the water.
For that picture on the top left, I know that one on the top right is the list reports.
Yeah.
That's correct.
What is the top left?
So these are actually my signs.
These are John's slides, so I have incorporated what he does at his open houses.
So the signs are set, number one, for a specific reason, and that's to create connections, okay? Signs on the right are absolute list reports. If you reach out to me, I will get you connected to the list reports, and it gives information on the community. And why the information on the community is so important is because, remember I said, we're gonna say, hey Ash, isn't this a great neighborhood, right? He's gonna, yeah, I love this neighborhood. Do you know that there's 4 dog parks right? She said dog parks were a big deal. Dog parks are a big deal to me. Hiking trails are a big deal. In this neighborhood? No, I didn't. And I'm gonna walk them to this board, and I'm gonna stand here on purpose, and these boards are set up this way. And we're gonna start talking about the neighborhood. It has restaurants, the dry cleaners, all that fun stuff. Over my shoulder is, on the top right, neighborhoods with pools, without pools, and neighborhoods with pools. In the center, all the way to the left is the open house flyer. That is the only open house flyer that we recommend you have out. All the rest are kept in a cabinet or somewhere they can't get to it.
Where do you get that from though?
You have to build it yourself.
Oh, okay.
That's the MLS sheet. Those are the MLS printout. You can't see, but if we could zoom in right now, you would see all the listings in the neighborhood, and they're numbered, okay?
Is that on the top left?
The top right, the open house sign, open house flyers on the top left. The center and the right is a map of the neighborhood.
Okay, so it's subdivision and then with
Correct.
or without pool?
Correct.
Map view?
And they're numbered.
Map view?
Correct.
Okay.
And they're
I'm trying to
numbered.
figure out what that was.
And why that's important is you see that black folder, that black binder? In that black binder are all those MLS sheets with your contact information for those homes. Remember she talked about earlier that she had that lay down? Remember Ozzy talked about a lay down yesterday? Right? Lay down if someone just comes in and wants to buy. And she already had information on other homes. She's like, great, let's go look at that house. Well, you're gonna have that ability because they're already all printed out, and you're gonna be able to go and look and say, hey, this house is right around the corner, right? And it just gives them visually. Anything you can do visually is gonna help you. Now, going back to talking, I'm almost done, talking about the flyers, I'm not going to go anything sales. They're gonna cue me by going, what's that? You did it.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. These are all the houses for sale in the neighborhood with pools and without pools. By the way, what did you think of the house? Or are you guys looking for a house? They've now given me the permission to go into sales mode. You can't go into sales mode until they cue you. If you do, and you haven't made a deep enough connection yet, they're gonna resist you. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. And the featured properties, is that just also from the MLS on the top left, or is that something completely different?
No, that's the open house flyer. Top
Okay.
left is
That
open
you-
house
that
flyer.
You made them and that.
Yeah, we can do, there's so many ways to make an open house
Yeah,
flyer.
okay.
Yeah, command, right?
Yeah, you can make them in
Command.
command.
Canva.
Open
Us.
house, if you team up with John, list reports, you
Yep.
can get open house flyers from list reports. Make them in, I make mine in Canva.
Okay.
And then the last thing, the bottom right, is fun facts on Las Vegas. If you took the Hoover Dam, it would have enough cement to do a 2-lane highway from LA to New York. Stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, so, and I like his setup. I like the display of the neighborhoods because you're selling the lifestyle. So the list reports with all the information on the top, you're selling the lifestyle and then you're giving them a visual. Everybody that I know pretty much is visual. They learn visually. So that's why I like John's setup here.
Why do you only have one sheet out and rest in?
I don't want them grabbing the flyer and walking out without them talking to me.
Yeah.
Because most of the open houses I see
Flyer
like,
and walk out. Go pick up the flyer and just walk out.
Right.
most of the open houses I see, all the flyers are just sitting there.
Right, cause, and that's, I mean, I don't leave the open house flyers open either. I don't leave them there to take. If they wanna take one when they leave, I'll
They
give
have
it to
to ask-
them.
they have to ask for
But,
it.
so this is another way, so you don't have to have open house flyers. If you have them registered through Command, they will have a digital copy of what that open house is offering. So that way, you have to talk to them to get them to, fill out the sheet. They can take it that way. And it's simultaneous. You're grabbing their information at the same time.
So, Ash, to answer your question, so when we script, okay, because everything we say is script, what I'm saying is a script, I will welcome them. I've always used that this is a private residence, the sellers asked everyone to sign in so they know who's here. And then I will walk them to our iPad is what we use. And while they're filling that out, I'm leaving them.
Yes.
And I'm going to the kitchen and I'm grabbing a flyer and I'm standing at the threshold between the kitchen in that front room, and I'm waiting for them to cue me. How will they cue me? Any guesses?
They're done. with this.
Correct, they're done. They do this.
No.
Where am I? Now walk. Here's a flyer on the open house. Please look around. If you have any questions, I'll be here when you're done.
Yep.
And I send them on their way.
And don't follow them around.
Ozzy does, but Ozzy's got a different personality.
I don't follow them around. I
think,
let them.
Yeah, it depends on the first impression,
Personality.
first
Yeah.
interaction, the first impression you have. If someone like you see that you can connect with, you can maybe follow them around. If they seem like very stiff, leave them alone.
Yeah, Ozzy and I taught an open house class together, and the way he does it's really funny, and it's his personality. He goes, I'm stalking you. What'd you think of that, right? Like he does it in the Ozzy way. And it's not, I can't do that. Look at me like you're a creeper, leave.
Right. I don't follow them either. I do the same thing. You know, the seller's requesting that they know everybody who's coming through their house today. So that's how I get them to sign in too. So, okay, again, so when after you're done, you've got everything set up, say it's slow. Oh, so you can't hear it, but this is one of the videos I was making. I went live on Instagram and was asking people to come by and telling them about the house. So, but if you look at this, this is what I put in my kit in the Home Depot box. I have a folding table and 4 folding chairs, my laptop, my charger. I have a speaker. I want to create, there's so many open houses I've been to where the person has not created ambiance and it is uncomfortable to me. It's uncomfortable. So I always put like live jazz in the background just to, you know, it's elevated and it's calm and it just kind of makes your open house a little more elevated. Always bring toilet paper. You never know. Most vacant houses do not have toilet paper, and you're going to be sitting there all day long. So bring toilet paper.
Would your deck be available for us if we emailed you? Would you be able to share your deck?
Oh sure, yeah, of course, of course. Bring your candles that smell like cookies, and your lighter. Paper towels, multi-purpose cleaner. Sometimes the kitchen is dirty, and you're gonna. Yeah, dusty, you want to wipe stuff down, you want to make it
Bathrooms are always dirty.
look beautiful. Broom and dustpan, you never know how long it's been sitting vacant. Water bottles for yourself and then also for your clients. I don't ever touch any of the stuff that I bring for the people to come visit. I bring my own private water bottle and my own coffee on the side. I'm never pulling from stuff that I bring for them. Snacks, try to do packaged snacks. You don't want anything like baked cookies. You want things that are closed already. Chips, whatever. Pens, note papers, tablecloth, clipboards. I have clipboards. I have separate clipboards for like sign-ins. So if people need to take the clipboard, they can, you know, use it. And I have a separate clipboard for notes if people want to take notes on the house or whatever, so they can take that with them. List reports is going to have your information on the neighborhood, your open house flyers. So you want to bring a couple of the open house flyers that you gave to the neighborhood 2 days before you had your open house. So I have those to give out. Business cards, business card holders, tablecloth, sign-in sheet, paper, paper-based or generated open house sign-in sheets through command. So this is how you do it through command.
One other recommendation, guys. Because you're doing vacant homes, I recommend that you set all this up the night before, and then you break this down the day after. So we would typically do it, we would do Sundays normally, and so Saturday night we would do the setup, so that all you had to do was show up with the signs out, come in, get the house ready, and start. If you try to set up and break down, which a lot of people do, it's not a bad idea, it's just a lot on you mentally and physically. And then break it down first thing Monday morning. Get up early, drive over, pick up all your open house signs, because you probably put them back in the garage, or maybe you put them in your car. When you're done with your open house, you will be exhausted, I guarantee it. I don't care if you do it for 2 hours, or you do it for 6 hours, you will be exhausted.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, and the day of, that's why I was saying, you wanna start 2 hours before, cause it is all, you will be spent putting out signs, picking them up, you know, talking to people, exerting energy, trying to gather information, you know, so definitely if you don't have the time to, like what John is saying, give yourself plenty of time in the beginning. I usually typically hold my open houses from 11 to 3. If I get a lot more people in the afternoon, I'll keep it open depending on how many people are coming in. But typically I have them put the open house from 11 to 3. So that way I'm putting out my signs at 9 a.m. and then getting to the house and then setting up the house, because it takes about an hour to wipe stuff down, set up your tables, do all that. So it really is taxing physically, for
I
sure.
sat at the last open house I sat with Tiana from the Summerlin office. We were there from 11 to 3, and only 3 neighbors came by, which was awesome. We were not upset, and she knew them because they'd come the day before. And so at 2:45, I said, hey, I'm gonna take off. I left at 2:45. I called her, left a voicemail saying, hey, just wanted to breathe, call me when you're ready. She called me at 7 o'clock at night. Right after I left, she said it was family after family after family. She stayed there, instead of leaving at 3, she left at 5:30. But good thing she was there. If she had left when I left, she would have received the
Okay.
So be prepared.
So when you're setting out your signs, you want to go to the closest major intersection. Say your open house is here. These are John's signs. These are mine. I put out the flags on all of them. So this intersection here is where, sorry. So this intersection here is where you're gonna get most of your traffic. So 8 signs. I usually put, if the traffic is going this way, I'll put a sign here, and then a sign here. Traffic going this way, I'll put a sign here, and a sign here, and right on the corner, and right on the corner. And then sometimes if I'm daring, if there's an island here, I'll put the sign right on both sides. So people, they can't miss it. They've got glittery stuff all over the place. And then I'm guiding them through the neighborhood, putting signs here. Let's say that my open house is over here. So let's say it's this one. I would put a couple signs heading them down this way, and then a sign turning left here, and then pointing into where the house is. So with all the glittery stuff, you literally can't miss it. People do pinwheels and balloons. I mean, balloons don't really catch your eye. You want stuff that's gonna catch your eye like miles down the street.
What about communities that don't allow signage?
You're gonna have to follow their rules.
Yes, okay, and there's a way to get around that too. So in Sparata, for instance, you can't do that there, right? So, but they have major, Anthem Highlands is a big street, you can go in through there. You can come in through Volunteer. You hit those major places. And on the top of your sign, there's a rider here. If you can do it on your own, like poster board. I know that they have riders that you can buy at the Realtor Association, and you can write with the dry erase, and you can put it right up top, and then also put a QR code to the address. So that way they're seeing the address. Most people have GPS, and if they're looking for houses in that particular neighborhood and they have your address, they're gonna find you. You know,
If
especially
they want to gate and drive away.
yeah.
anything that's gonna keep them, I would not do open houses in neighborhoods that won't let you do signs. People do it, right?
Sometimes, I've put my telephone number, on the gate and had them call and I can key them in.
Sometimes the homeowners pull them down, so they can get.
Yeah, sometimes they do, yeah. So if you could stay away from gated communities, but if you're doing like the bigger, more expensive luxury, houses, at that point I would do a broker's open and invite all other agents to come to bring their clients with them
So.
to view for you.
I'm sure that
Luxury gated brokers open is no problem with.
Because you're setting it up with the HOA first, and you're setting it up with the seller, and then at that point, now you're marketing to other agents.
Isn't it so that there's still really no opportunity to reach out to a listing, broker, or sorry, a salesperson who has a licensee with a listing in a gated community and then offer to open their house, or to hold it open for them, that's not. But theoretically, you could hold brokers open with them.
You can hold a
Right.
regular open house and a broker's open there.
Yeah,
As long as you get permission from the agent. But I'm gonna tell you right now, luxury, true luxury, open houses don't work.
Yeah, that's.
And the reason why is I've sat them and almost every person that comes in the door, guess who's with them? Their realtor.
their realtor, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's not that it's bad. Again, we're trying to, remember yesterday, Ozzy talked about he wanted quality over quantity, right? We want quality people coming through the door that we can make connections with and then nurture to one day do business with.
Right, okay, so anyways, that's the signing, so just remember, you really do want to just put as many signs and as many things that are branded to you in that nature section. I've had people come because I have my face on the signs, people that I've known from Bellagio stop by. Oh my God, I saw your face on the sign, so now they're coming by, and I'm talking to them, and now I have their information, and I'm talking to them about their house. So you wanna connect with people you know, do everything that you can to brand your stuff to you, and, it will help your business grow, like tremendously. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the 4 laws of the database. We're building your database. Law 1, we are capturing leads at the open house. That's exactly what we're there to do. We're there to capture leads, get information. We wanna grab their names and their emails. And this is where we talk about electronic lead capture through command or paper logging, either one. I've done a lot of paper logging, but this is great too, because then it's instantaneous. If you're getting them into command, as soon as you log them in, you can tag them as open houses, and then also have a smart plan that's connected to that open house. And by the time you're leaving, command is sending them a text message saying, thank you for stopping by. I'm so happy I got a chance to connect with you. And you don't even have to think about it. It's like automatic. So, and then if you need help setting that up, I can help you with that. Or Jimmy Chicky can help you set that up as well. So as soon as they sign in, it's already kind of telling command, okay, we got open house leads, and now it's on a smart plan, and before they're leaving, it's texting them.
Is there a specific smart plan that you use for these open houses?
I did create one. So I was doing a lot of this, so actually I would end up going home, and I'm still working that's why the open houses were so long for me. I would work all the way up until the end of the night, because I would try to reach out and touch every single person that stopped by. Because I want to make sure that I connect with them before that day is over, so they remember me, and just to say thank you for coming by, and, obviously offering my services. Okay, so through command, once you start setting up with command, you want to go to your website. Everybody's got their website through command. Go to your website. This is usually, everybody's got this this search bar in the front of their website. And when you get to the end, once you type in your open house's address here, and it will pull up. Once that pulls up, here's the house you're sitting at the open house, and then you type in /open house behind that URL. So you get into your website, type in the open house address, it pulls up, and then you type /open house. Once you type that in, the open house comes up, and this is your information capture. This is what you're gonna have at on the tablet when they come in. So they're gonna fill out their name, their email, and phone number. Once they do that and they submit it, this will come up your information with all of your contacts. And this QR code is information on the house. So they're getting a little bit of information here, but if they want to view the property in full or have it more information, this is a QR code for that as well. So as soon as they fill this in, you've got their information. And then once their information is captured, it's automatically tagged to open house, and then your smart plans follows along with it. So it's almost kind of automated. You don't have to think about it. So when you leave, Command is texting them saying, thank you for stopping by. It's so nice to meet you today. Makes it so much easier. I was doing the paper method and literally staying up until 9 o'clock and doing all that, so.
So you literally have that portion open in your iPad? Does it ever like close it down and you have to redo it all over again?
Well, as soon as their information puts in and they press submit, it comes back to this page.
But it doesn't log you out of command or anything like that? Because I know command logs you off after a while.
Yeah, well, you may have to keep keeping it up, like opening it up. Yeah, you have a Mac. Yeah, you have a Mac. Mine does that too. So, yeah, you may have to keep logging it in. So, opening it back up. Right, because mine does that as well.
Did you have to put the QR code on that page, or it automatically comes up?
Yeah, it generates it by itself.
Generates it?
Yeah, for that listing.
So is that the QR code that you use for whatever you were showing later?
Yeah.
Or earlier?
Yeah, you can, I've used this QR code, I've also used, like a URL address through the MLS before I did this. You've got the QR code generators. So anywhere you want to direct them to, I try to direct them to either home valuation or the property itself. Through the MLS, the MLS will make videos for you, but the only thing that stinks about the MLS is that they're not capturing their information. So this is way better, because at least this goes directly into your database.
Can you go back to the previous slide?
Yeah.
So I can get.
So that bottom, picture is what happens next after they sign it?
Yeah, so when you get into your website, you type in the open house that you're having, the address here. And then once it pulls up, you put /open house.
Yeah, I'm here.
And then it will pull up that form. This one. And there's a way, and Jimmy, as far as tagging it open house and having Jimmy connect a smart plan for you, he's a lot better with the techie stuff. I've had to take a lot of Jimmy's classes just to get through command. So, but it is super helpful to have it on automation.
Everybody know who Jimmy is? Jimmy Chicky is your tech person.
Yeah.
And so he has Tech Tuesdays. I think they're over Zoom, and sometimes they're in the office.
Yeah.
You reach out to him, he'll even schedule one-on-ones for you.
Yeah.
To help you with.
And he's doing a lot of AI stuff too, to help you automate stuff. And if you go into ChatGPT and you ask it about command and how certain functions, ChatGPT will help you with that as well. I mean, literally, you could probably ask ChatGPT to connect tags and smart plans to your open house lead capture, and it will probably tell you. Okay, so again, when you're in the open house, example open house questions when they come in. Family, how does your current place work for everyone right now? A lot of people are looking because either they're downsizing or maybe they're having more children. The location for work, being close to dining, recreation, this is always my favorite question. And then their dreams. You want to see what they have planned for their future, where they envision themselves in the future. Okay, and then your post-event follow-up is essential. You want to follow up with them that night. You don't want them to ever forget who you are. So, this too. So the TCP disclaimer, do not call anybody. If it turns out that they are on the do not call list, you have to leave them alone. They can fine you up to $500 to $1,500 per call. So anybody who does not want to be called, make sure you don't call them. Okay, so when you've captured your leads at the open house, now you want to turn them into contacts, which means you want to contact them, you want to call them. So a contact, they say in the MREA that real estate is a contact sport. It's not like football, it's like contacting. You have to call and contact them, make contacts. So this is what turns them from leads to actually relationships. So call them. Most people, it's funny because a lot of real estate agents, we don't want to call people and talk to people, but that literally is what our job is. Post open house questions, like who did you picture using the space? How important is location and commuting for you? Did the neighborhood feel like a good fit? What did the home help you realize you want more of? So dreaming of, do you want a bigger house? Do you want to live in a different location? Okay, and then once you've contacted your contacts, this is when you're starting to become a resource for them. And that's what you want to be. You want to offer them not just the market information, you want to offer them basically whatever they're looking for. If they're vets, you want to offer information about that, loans, maybe closer to VA hospitals. And if you don't have the information, you have plenty of people to find out for them. You want to be their source of information. So that's how you're converting your contacts into actually people who are going to stay with you for a long period of time. Now just know that when you do meet your people at the open houses, it's typical to take a year, maybe 2 years to convert them to moving forward. So don't be discouraged by the time. Just think about forming relationships with these people. They're probably not gonna buy right away, but if you're the person that's giving them the information that they need, they'll call you first. So just be patient with the people that you meet. I know a lot of people are kind of like, we need this now, but the more people you meet and the more relationships you build, eventually it will start. When it rains, it pours, for sure. And then you're too busy. And then the last, number 3, or service your database. So law 4 means that you have to follow up. So have the follow-up plan, like the tags. Open house, you want to tag everybody. Know where you find out. Make sure when you go back into your database, have a tag that reminds you where you met this person. Because after a couple of years of touching them, you're not going to remember who Joe Smith was. Just remind yourself, like, okay, I met this person through Land Voice, or I met this person at an open house, or, you know, referral from John. So, because after you have 1,000 or more people in your database, how are you gonna remember everybody? So put them all on a follow-up plan, a drip system. There's a 33 touch system in the MREA. So that's sending out like monthly emails, or maybe calling people quarterly. We have events here. We have 4 events every year. Gives you a reason to reach out. You know, we have a huge Halloween event, Easter, all those events. So it gives you a reason to send them an email. I send them I'll send them an email on my events. And even people from open houses. So they all kind of just get pulled into this pot, right? And then it's like, I'm having events, even though you've never worked with me. We have the Stuff the Bus, which is a charitable thing. People love doing charity stuff, right? So you're just inviting them. And if they don't get the email, then I'm texting them and I'm saying, hey, but this is all automated through command. It's all automated and saying, hey, I sent you an invite on our Stuff the Bus event. Did you get it? And most of the time they'll be like, no, I missed the email. Okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to call you. And now you're connecting. So, yeah, you just want to touch them as much as possible. And that doesn't mean like picking up the phone and calling them every day. A touch can be an email, a birthday card, a home anniversary, something, or just something, you know, something to make people feel special. You know, a lot of people don't get cards anymore in the mail. I send a lot of like actual handwritten cards to say, hey, I miss you, I haven't seen you in a while. Or, hey, I was so happy to connect. Maybe we can go have coffee, or, you know.
Articles are great too, sending
Yeah.
articles. Hey, saw this article, thought you might enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about this, give me a call.
Right. I remember you mentioned golf. They're having this tournament at, you know, wherever. Thought maybe this was something you might be interested in.
Like a friend would.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Okay. Come on. Okay. Yeah, so, did I
You
go
went
backwards? Okay. Yeah, so when you service them and you stay in contact with them, not necessarily you're gonna be the best friends ever, but you just, you know, you wanna be someone who's helpful to them. And they will never forget you. If someone who you're offering, you're not selling them, you're trying to include them. Most people wanna feel included. So if they feel included, they have the opportunity to make the decision whether they wanna be included or not. Just makes them think about you as, like, I really like this person. Maybe I'll go to the event, maybe I won't. After a few times, they'll end up showing up. I've had clients do that where I've touched them several times and they ghost me and they don't say anything, and then all of a sudden they're showing up to one of the events. Hey, Carey, remember? Oh, hey, I'm so glad you made it, right? So now that means that I've touched them enough that they're really remembering who I am. And now that's when they're becoming lifelong clients, and they're probably gonna work with you sooner than later. So through command, this is a kind of an old one. This is no longer consumer here. The button, when you go on to command, this bottom button here is where your website is. So when you get into command, you have your opportunities here and your campaigns. This is where you can connect the smart plans. I know with Facebook, when I advertise out to Facebook, I have a campaign that goes along. Anybody who clicks on my ad through Facebook, a campaign, or it's a Facebook campaign, but then anybody who connects, it gathers their information, and then I call them back, and then it starts dripping. Command will drip on those Facebook people who clicked until I can actually get back and talk to them. This bottom button here is no longer consumer. This is where your website is. So this is where you're gonna wanna set up your, digital sign-in sheet when you get into command. Let's see. It's kind of this slide is kind of old, so. Okay, and that's it. Anybody got questions?
When's your next open house?
I'm probably gonna be having open houses in Pahrump. It's kind of crazy. I've been pushed out to Pahrump, so I have a couple deals going out in Pahrump, but, yeah, I'm gonna work it the same way. So even with my open houses, and this is something that I didn't put in the slides, when I have my open houses, if I really like that neighborhood, so I pull all of the information in the neighborhood around the house that I'm having. And you can do that through Fidelity. They'll get you names, emails, owner occupied houses. So I'll pull that information from the title company and I will send out emails too, just to tell them, hey, I'm having an open house, maybe send out the digital flyer that I'm making. And now you've got this, like your circle prospecting, you're farming these people. And even if they don't come, you're inviting them. But now I've got a group of people that I want to target because they're, like one of my goals this year is to grow a lot within Inspirata. So I pull about 200 to 300 people and I'll invite them to stuff and just continually touch them. I have mailers going out once a month until they actually call me back or convert or scan my QR code. So, and I circle prospect around my listings. I circle prospect around my buyers. Any houses that I'm closing on, I will pull 200 to 300 houses around each person. So even though they're not people that I know, these are people that I have reasons to reach out to. Like, cause I have a buyer that's closing and, hey, I have a buyer that's buying in your neighborhood. Are you thinking about, do you possibly wanna know how much your house is worth or is a move in your future? So I circle prospect every single client that I get that's under contract or closed. I'll always pull 200 to 300 people around that particular house and pull that information and start marketing to those people. Because I've got things going on out there. They can see my face, they'll see in Zillow that this house down the street closed from them. So the opportunity of having leads is not only from my open houses, it's from under contracts and escrows and buyers and sellers, and especially when you're a listing agent, you wanna just pump as much information out there as possible. So there's a plethora of leads as real estate agents. You have tons of ways to be able to get in contact with people. So.
You said that most of your open houses are gonna be vacant, but what's the process look like if it's any different if they're owner occupied still?
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
Because now you have to be with them the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I've had people steal stuff at open house.
Yeah.
And I've had where they came in as a group, as what didn't look like a group, it was 3 young couples.
Mm-hmm.
They came in, they got me away from, the front of the house, which I'm not answering these questions, like it was weird questions, right? They got the realtor in the backyard. And as I was coming forward, the other couple came running out with stuff, and I'm like, I'm not chasing them, right? It can be done, but you gotta be careful. I've gone into open houses and I've gone into homes, looking at homes, and I've found guns, right? Like shotguns. I don't know what it is in Nevada, but people put shotguns on the top shelf. And then you can see them, you're like, oh my gosh, right? Jewelry,